Hey, what's up guys? It is the Slifer Slacker back at it again with another video. I actually have a couple coming out. This is going to be part of kind of like a series. This will be a longer video. This is going to be probably about a 10-minute deck profile here with a little bit of explanations. If that's kind of not your cup of tea, check out my profile. You will see this exact deck profile in a very small or very short sample video. I'm also going to be literally uploading a short of it and then some combo videos. So guys, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So I'm hoping to pick up about like 150 between these 3 videos. So guys, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing if you like this type of content. And without further ado, let's get rolling with the... I want to say this is a legitimate Jaden character deck, while it is also a pure elemental hero and Neospatian deck. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. So first we've got the elemental hero Neos. We're playing 1 copy of Neos, 1 copy of Avion, and 1 copy of Traptrix. So you might think that there's only really nostalgia to that, but they're actually decent in this build, and you'll see why when we get to the extra deck. So we've got 2 copies of Spirit of Neos, 1 copy of Honest Neos, 2 copies of Stratos. I firmly believe that 2 is the correct number. You may want 3, you may want 1, depending on your build, depending on your play style, but I think 2 is good. Turn 1, you play 1. Turn 2, use the second one to blow up any spells and traps, and I will show you how that works. 1 Liquid, 1 Blaze, 1 Shadow Mist. Our Neospatian package, you've got 1 Aqua, 1 Hummingbird, and 1 Grand Mole. We're going to round off the monsters with 3 copies of Crosskeeper. A couple shout outs. First, so I do want to give a shout out to D-Time YuGiOh, Michael Bowden. He I feel like a lot of my decks are an amalgamation between what he puts out, JHERO YG and JadenBR. I feel like are huge inspirations, and this deck has come so far from its first crappy iteration to actually being something that is a playable deck, while also housing the nostalgia. So we've got nostalgia. Of course, that's why I play the game. That might not be why everybody plays the game, but that's gonna round it off for the monsters. So we are now going to get into these spells and traps. We are running 14, I would call them 14 starters. A Hero Lives is a very good starter. When we get Infernal Rage, Elemental Hero, Flame Wingman, Infernal Rage, a Hero Lives is going to be a lot better because we are accessing Shining Neos Wingman in 2 cards. E-Call, very, very good. E-N Shuffle is, a lot of people play this at 2 and 1. I find it really solid at 3. I just think it's a solid card. 3 copies of Engage Neospace. I'm on 2 Neos Fusion. I don't think that this card is as good, at least in this build, where your main focus is Shining Neos Wingman and not Cosmo Neos. Your main function in this deck is not Cosmo Neos. I am playing him. You can get into him, but I'm mainly going for Shining Neos Wingman. 2 Instant Contact, 2 Poly. This is the spice right here, 2 Fake Hero. I don't know why more people aren't running this card. Literally, this is what gives my deck the consistency of constantly getting out Spirit of Neos first turn. This card right here just adds to the math that really gets us there. 1 Miracle Fusion, 1 Rota, and 1 Favorite Contact to round off our spells and traps. I'm only playing 1 Favorite Contact because it's consistently searchable. You go into Elemental Hero, Flame Wingman, Infernal Rage, search this card, and then you constantly recycle it. So granted, we don't have that card yet. It is still only an OCG card. This deck is kind of built around it, so this is more of like a future deck. So Ratios, I think these are perfect. I would not change ratios of spells at all. Guys, off to the extra deck. We've got 1 copy of Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. 2 copies minimum of 2. You need a minimum of 2. If you are playing this deck, you need a minimum of 2 Shining Neos Wingman, because you can play 1 on your turn, 1 on your opponent's turn, or vice versa. You can play 1 as an interruption, and then on your turn, sum out the second one, go for game. Minimum 2. Do not play less than 2 of this card. If you're playing 1, your ratio is wrong. 1 Nebula Neos. I'm just realizing I don't have Cosmo in this build. I am playing the Cosmo Neos in this deck. It's okay. Let me rephrase that. This spot here is very flexible. So my hope is in the future we get a retrain of Divine Neos, and I'm gonna slot him in this deck when that happens. But for right now, this can be Cosmo Neos, this can be Nebula Neos, this can be any big Neos. Okay, any big Neos in that slot. The one card that nobody is talking about, the one card that nobody really plays or is really mentioning, with Instant Contact, this basically becomes an Infinite Impermanence or a Veiler. Okay, this becomes a target a monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. So I use this a lot. I understand it's not quick play, Impermanent, Veiler, or quick play. However, if you get this on board, okay, you use Instant Contact, you summon him out, okay, you use his effect, whether or not, you know, you're basically forcing your opponent to use the effect. So whether or not this gets destroyed or whatever, that's besides the point. Or if you say it's an opponent's negate and they negate this, okay, whatever. I just baited out your negate. Now I can break your board. Okay. 1 Air Neos. Air Neos is, a lot of people are probably going to go, hey, what can I sub out for the Air Neos? Totally up to you. This can be a Rainbow Neos if need be. This can be maybe Flare Neos. This is an OTK piece. So anything that either helps clear the board or get really high attack. What was I was playing something the other day. I don't know, some random player online, and he used that spooky Dogwood hand trap where it raises his life points every time I summon a monster. So I got my opponent's life points up to like 30,000, and then I just went attack, GG. So that's an interesting like niche there. So this right now is Brave Neos. I'm thinking, and I know a lot of people are gonna say, why would you not just leave Brave Neos in? But I'm actually thinking about taking that out for Neos Knight. 1 Neos Knight and Brave Neos have very similar materials. I'm mainly looking to use Neos Fusion in this deck as slap it down and then get a Search of Spirit by sending OG Neos and Shadow Mist, or sending OG Neos and Crosskeeper, so I can get a draw. This is the 1 proxy we have because this card is not out yet. Elemental Hero, Flame Wingman, Infernal Rage. Anybody who's new to Elemental Hero or has been living under a rock and doesn't know what this card does, on summon, he searches a favorite card. So it's not your favorite card, it's a card with favorite in the card text. There's currently 2, Favorite Contact and Favorite Hero. I tried Favorite Hero. It's too hard to make this deck go second. This deck inherently, you want to go first. You want to set up Shining Neos Wingman. You want to stop your opponent. Honestly, I feel like this deck plays a lot like Prank Kids, where you set up Battle Butler and then just GG. Sunrise, self-explanatory. Search is Miracle Fusion. These are your instant contact targets. 1 OG Wingman, and I will stress this, please at least play 1 instant contact target that is not light. Okay, that is very important. Oh, and of course my really low battery is gonna pop up right now. All right, there's only like a minute left here. 1 copy of Thunder Giant, 1 copy of Rampart Blaster, 1 copy of Dark Bright. So these can literally be anything. If you want to switch these out for any other fusions, knock yourself out. I have honestly had decent success with these though, like summoning out Thunder Giant, pitching a card, and destroying my opponent's monster. If he's on board, he gets above 2,500 attack, you can take out a lot of stuff. So I'm kind of liking him. Rampart Blaster is gimmicky and hilarious. Slap him out in defense position. If your opponent has 2,200 life points or less, hit him with Honest Neos, attack directly, it's GG. Dark Bright, summon him out turn 1. A lot of people aren't going to read him. When he gets popped, you can pop an opponent's monster. So these literally aren't horrible. 1 Grand Merge because I'm playing through normals, very easy to get to. And 1 Wonder Driver to round off the extra deck. So the main focus of this deck, and I'm just going to say it right now while we're here, is Shining Neos Wingman. What you want to do is turn 1, you want to essentially set up Favorite Contact, and I'm going to do a combo video, but you're going to want to set this up, summon him out, and then on your next turn, you want to either summon out one of these two for a game. So you're going to get out another guy, both of these are going to attack, GG, or him and him's going to attack, GG. But sometimes our game plan doesn't always go that way, and I'm going to show you guys a combo video coming up that is going to explain the whole deck and go from there. Guys, this is the Slifer Slacker out. Hope you enjoyed the content. Please consider liking, subscribing, and give me some feedback. I love how nostalgic this deck is. Some people might take it and go, that's good, but I'm going to add in mass heroes. Completely understandable. But guys, Slifer Slacker out.